I've been preparing for this fight my whole life. This time in my life right now, being a champion, defending the belt, you can't prepare for this in 8 weeks. I've been preparing for this since I've been 9 years old, so I'm ready. I let him know that all the talking is over with. It's time to go to work. And he's in his typical form of trying to bully me and, trying to intimidate with his words, man. And just like we showed in the Miranda fight, man, I refuse to let that happen. That's not, at this level, you got to bring it, man. You can't talk your way through this. You can't bully your way through it. You got to fight your way through it. So I just let him know that, I'm glad you feel that way, but it's time to go to work.
That's the undefeated WBA champion from Oakland, Andre Ward, Olympic gold medalist. He gets it going on Saturday night. Takes on Allan Green at the Oracle Arena. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com. You can also have the walk-up at the Oracle Arena at the box office there, but that's Saturday night, 5 o'clock. So big fight coming up in the Bay Area. Welcome back in Chronicle Live. I am Jim Kozimor, the promoter for the gold medalist from the Olympics. That's Dan Goossen. He joins us here on Chronicle Live. All right, tell me about Ward. Tell me about the type of fighter he is.
I was getting goosebumps, and it's no play off of my name, Jim, but I was getting goosebumps listening to Andre there, because he really does hit everything right on target. I mean, he's got his head together. He realizes it's tougher to stay there than to get there. And he's been sacked away for months without his wife and kids. He's ready for war Saturday.
All right, this fight is part of the Super Six World Boxing Classic. Tell me about that. How'd you get that started?
It's a unique concept in boxing. We see playoff formats in all the other sports where you know who you're going to play. You've got a 3-game series, 5-game series. In this, it's a 3-fight series with the top 4 point getters through this tournament process that gets to the semifinals and the finals. It's a very, very difficult concept to really put together with the top of level fighters that we have here. We've got world champions, former world champions, and 2 Olympians in Andre Durrell and Andre Ward. So it's, I believe this is what's going to push Andre Ward to superstardom, not only in boxing, but in sports.
Andre's the undefeated WBA champion. How did you come in contact with him? What intrigued you about Andre Ward?
When you're the sole gold medalist for America, and there hadn't been one since 1996, and Andre's the only one to date who's held that Olympic gold, he's a special athlete. America's been down in the Olympic gold count since 1984. We've had De La Hoya, who had a sole gold medalist. We had a fighter in 1996, David Reed, who was our only American. The last one now is Andre Ward. So the special athletes are our gold medalists. It's happened throughout the history of our sport. Ali, Frazier, Foreman, Leonard, you go through the list. If they were great in boxing, they were great as amateurs.
Now, Dan, I know you're a very young man, but I know you've also promoted fights for about a quarter century. I don't know how you did it. Maybe you started in elementary school promoting some fights in schoolyard battles.
Jim, I've got 4 free passes for you for tomorrow night. I was watching a little thing on George Foreman the other day, and when he was making his comeback, he was 45 years old. And he said, hey, as far as I'm concerned, I look in that mirror, I'm 25 years old. That's the way I feel right now. But I have been doing it for about 25, 30 years. It's great to see the growth of a lot of fighters and athletes that we've promoted throughout all these years. Andre Ward, and I'm not just saying it because I'm sitting here in Oakland, but I'm real proud to be associated with Andre Ward, because with all the things that we've seen with athletes and entertainers and politicians that we just can't look at them and believe them, Andre Ward's the real thing. He lives a life that we'd want our sons or daughters to live, or brothers and sisters.
Well, I'll tell you, it's great to have a kid from Oakland do so well in the sport of boxing. And how is boxing in the Bay Area right now? What's the boxing community like here?
We'll have probably around 10,000 people there tomorrow night, which is great. I think of all the things that are happening right now. NASCAR is here. You've got Pebble Beach, but we've got a solid contingency of fans that come out there and support Andre, and for good reason. I mean, he earns their hard-earned dollars. So we've kept tickets reasonable throughout this whole process. The last 3 shows that we've done here, we're making history tomorrow night. It's the first time the Bay Area has ever hosted back-to-back world championship title fights at this level, and Andre Ward, I'm proud to see, is that man.
So it's the Super Six World Boxing Classic. Local kid made good, Andre Ward. Allan Green, 5 p.m., Oracle Arena. You can go to Ticketmaster.com and get your tickets. You can also walk up to the gate, Oracle Arena, go to the box office and get your tickets. Dan, thanks so much for the time. We appreciate it. Have a great event tomorrow night.
Yeah, and one thing that I like about Andre, I want him to shut this Allan Green up. All he's done is talk a lot of trash.
Really?
He's a dangerous guy.
They don't like that in Oakland. You don't get lippy in Oakland.
Hey, I got to tell you, Andre's very, very upset at it. But you know, he's a dangerous fighter. He's big, he's strong, and he's hungry, and he thinks he's going to knock Andre Ward out. I don't believe so. Andre wins this. He goes automatically. He gets a berth in the semifinals of the Super Six tournament.
All right, sounds good. Dan, thanks for the time.
Jim, thank you very much.
As Dan said, a very busy sports weekend coming up here in the Bay Area. Sonoma, sure, you're going to have a NASCAR event, but you're going to have some high flyers as well. Up next, we'll talk to one of the pilots in the cockpit. It's a busy Chronicle Live, and it continues here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area.